Thanks, Steph. Thank you for that update. Mike Eppel joining us right now, City News 680, as we talk business this morning. And Mike, what's happened 10 times in the last 18 months that's happening again?
Borrowing costs gone up, Devo. It has been this situation where the Bank of Canada just keeps on inflicting pain on borrowers, and we're going to get a decision on interest rates a little later on this morning, and looks like they're going to do it again. Raise rates by another 0.25%. So if you've got anything on a home equity line of credit, anything tied to the prime lending rate at the banks, it's going to be more expensive by this time tomorrow morning. It's this issue, Devo, where we talk about, a pretty good economy, which is actually bad news when you're in a central bank that's trying to wrestle inflation under control. Because to bring price pressures down, you basically have to crater the economy, create some pain for borrowers. And that's, this double-edged sword that we've been faced with here for the past year and a half. We want price pressures to stabilize, but to do that, we got to cool the economy. And it's kind of also interesting, Devo, that the Bank of Canada is working against forces that, in some cases, you've got, a very strong real estate market, which is driven by government policy, in as much as immigration has been very strong. You've got huge demand for housing, which has moved up prices because the supply hasn't kept pace. And then, a week and a bit ago, the federal government's grocery rebate, is it a grocery rebate or not, or just a cash injection to consumers, and guess what? That leads to more consumption and higher prices. So the Bank of Canada and the federal government seem to be at loggerheads here against each other, trying to bring inflation down and stabilize the economy.
And do you think this is going to happen? Like, is this going to help?
I don't know. Well, look, raising interest rates does nothing for the price for food.
Right.
Raising interest rates really does nothing for the price for gas. I mean, got to eat, got to drive, got to get to where you got to go.
But your mortgage is going to cost you more. Yeah.
Your mortgage is going to cost more, so that's going to, hit the middle class ostensibly, and it's not just the Bank of Canada; it's all central banks,
right?
U.S., Europe, U.K. Everybody's faced with high inflation in their economies, so they're all working against this or trying to bring inflation down. But then you got war in Ukraine still going on, and elevated grain prices, and all this stuff. It's a battle that I'm not sure. It seems to be inflation's coming down, but not as fast as they thought.
Right.
We were supposed to be in a recession at this point.
That's what I thought,
that
right?
That was the talk. That was the talk at the start of the year. We were going to be in a recession by now.
It's going to be a frustrating day for several people, I'm sure, in that sense. Mike, help me understand what's happening in BC. It's the 11th day of this strike, and a lot of people thought, okay, it's happening over there. It's not going to really affect the rest of us, but it's affecting the rest of us in a big way.
BC ports are closed with this strike by 7,500 longshore workers who have been off the job since July 1st. And this is all about the supply chain, Devo. Remember?
Yeah.
Supply chain issues? Well, we still have them. And the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, Small Business Lobby Group yesterday saying they're seeing it. Their membership is seeing problems getting goods or shipping product. The big commodity producers, Tech Resources, Nutrien, they're all saying they're curtailing output. Ontario Premier Doug Ford saying this is costing Ontario $160 million a day. So we're at $1.7 billion at this point. And the federal government seems very hesitant to do back-to-work legislation because they've got the supply and confidence agreement with the NDP, which won't vote for something like that. So you've got a strike situation. The Labor Minister Seamus O'Regan wants to hear from the mediator to get some ideas on how to bring this to a conclusion. And it's going to be interesting. The union says they need an increase in the cost of living. They're saying that the companies in this case are too greedy, greedflation, all this stuff. So we're back to kind of square one again on the supply chain. And again, it's in BC, right?
Yeah.
Devo, so it's like, out of sight, out of mind, maybe.
Right.
But no, it's having a nationwide effect.
Yeah, hopefully they figure that out very, very soon. Mike Eppel, thank you so much. You have somebody, what do you got for me?
Listen,
I
Shout out to the passport office.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Shouts to...
Send in the paperwork. Send
Yeah.
in the paperwork for my daughter's passport a couple of weeks back. Got it back yesterday. 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
That's impressive.
Start to finish.
Yeah. There you go. Shouts to the passport
Well,
peeps.
ironic, in the United States right now, 6-month waiting period. So we had our problems with the passport office.
Yes.
Now they're having theirs.
Wasn't ours like 18 months for a second there? Yeah, we're good to go.
Yeah, it was up around there.
Nice. We'll enjoy the travel with that passport.
So,
there you go.
not
Mike
going
Eppel.
anywhere.
Yeah, you
updated.
got it, though. You got it. All right, thanks so much, man. We'll check in with you once again tomorrow after the interest rates go up. Yeah.
Indeed.
All right, appreciate you, Mike.